Where's the lasers? We don't have like virtually no lasers. Hey, work sucked. Let's watch some videos.
The power glove.
Mystery. Crazy future sounds. That's what it's like. What's funny about this commercial so far is how well they nailed now, because this was dreaming about what it would be like now. And whenever I walk down the street, I always hear like, laser sounds and everything, because everybody's using lasers all over the place, of course.
For your Nintendo Entertainment System, now you and the games are one.
Punch out! Punch out!
The power glove. Everything else is child's play.
Like, there was like Atari and there was other things before the Nintendo Entertainment System, but at least like for me, this was the system that when it first came out. It was ridiculous for all of us. And yeah, you had the stupid cartridge, and half the time it didn't work, and you blew into it to try to make it work, and sometimes I don't think that ever did anything. You trying to get dust out of it. But yeah, so I had the Power Glove. What does that say? Mattel version? Mount Vernon? What? It says Nintendo Entertainment System and then something under it. I don't know what that says. I definitely had the Power Glove. I don't think I ever actually used it with my Nintendo once. Like, literally, I used to play with it all the time. Eventually, I wound up cutting the cord off. But yeah, I just wanted to hold, because it was a cool looking. I mean, the glove looks. Imagine being a kid, and like you get this glove. Wait, where is it? Let's see if we can get a good picture of it.
The power glove.
There it is. I mean, yeah, you put that thing on, you feel like a superhero instantly, because it looks like you could shoot lasers out of the top of it. So I used to run around with my Power Glove and like, go shooting stuff, but I don't think I ever used it for a video game. I think I might have tried and it didn't work out. I also used to have, there was a VR headset that didn't work that I never used, and it was like just like a cool costume thing. And there was the power pad or whatever, where you jump on it for doing the Olympics. I think that one actually did work a little bit. But this, I never even used it, but I had it. It came out around like 1989, and it apparently didn't work at all. The motion controls were wildly inaccurate, and you actually had to play a lot of the game with, you see the controls on the side of it? You actually had to like punch things in, which kind of made it pointless. But man, it was good. Look, you be a kid, like pretend like you're 8 years old, and you're not living now with with a smartphone that tells you everything. Boom! And this dude comes walking out, flashing lights.
Power glove for your Nintendo Entertainment.
Dude, we had never seen anything like this before. I mean, I just blew everyone's mind, I think. And I think everybody got that's what it says. I mean, basically everybody got this thing just because it looked cool. It never worked, but everybody bought one because it looked awesome. That's why Nintendo became so successful so quickly, I think, is they had all these weird peripherals and weird, like, crazy ads like this. You know what? Maybe it did work Maybe it did work that well if your TV was that big, but I don't even think they really made TVs that big for most people at the time. Like, TVs didn't come that big easily. Wow, that dude is cool. But you know what? Mike Tyson's Punch-Out!, that game that he was playing, was pretty goddamn cool. Everybody played that game. What was it? I'm already starting to think of the punching patterns that you had to use to beat the game. Power Glove was a cool looking piece of tech that did absolutely nothing it was supposed to do, and it's weird. Even though it didn't do the thing it was supposed to do, I got a ton of value out of it anyway, just because it was a cool looking future glove. So I guess in the end it was, a successful product. I don't know. I love the intro. dark with all these like, you know, cyberpunk shadows and everything, and the cool like, you know, like all the like weird like beeps and like high pitched noises. So funny. I kind of wish that the future would have turned out like this. It would have been at least, you know, more aesthetically interesting than it is now. Everything now feels like a bland gray brick instead of like, you know, all this cool like future shiny stuff with lasers and whatever. Where's the lasers? We don't have like any, virtually no lasers. Well, anyway, so this was a fold out controller, and apparently it used like infrared sensors to see what you were doing. And just like the Power Glove, it basically was completely ineffective. But more importantly, nobody making games for Nintendo wanted to make this a part of their life. Nobody was going to program their games to work with this controller because it was apparently quite complex to do that. So this thing just went down the tubes real quick. I don't think there was. I don't know if there was any games for it, but I don't even remember this thing at all.
Force.
So yeah, I guess you would just
You force. You.
like it would understand what you were doing with your hands,
And the game.
but it doesn't show. Oh, okay. Oh, he's shooting
Nothing comes between
like
you
this,
and the game.
and then driving. Right. Okay.
Force.
Oh, punch out again. But it didn't do any of that stuff. So there's that. You know, it's funny, they got away with, see, like now, like if you go on Amazon and there's like a, you know, you go, let's say you go to get earbuds, for example, right? I mean, there's 1,000 different options for earbuds, and you can get scammed real easy just because there's so many different options, and you just kind of, you know, let it slide, I think, a lot of times, and you write a bad review and whatever. But back then, there wasn't like 100 companies making stuff like Nintendo was at the time. So it's weird that they were able to like these products were able to be so crappy and still not get completely like destroyed all over the. I don't know. It's much more blatant when there's less competition out there to hide behind. And that's what they were doing somehow. I don't know. I don't know how they got away with this shit.
You force. You force.
Like they don't actually show like what he's doing at all. Like it's just such quick clips and so shaky that you can't tell like
You force.
if he's actually doing anything. The one time where it looked like, you know, he was doing the driving, it looked like he was putting in a lot more work to make the turn, and the game was only like moving a little bit at the time. So I think it would have at least given you a major workout if you were trying to use it, I guess. I don't know. That is a crazy one. I never heard of that. I don't know. The U-Force. Interesting. Okay. All right. So I think we will round out. We'll do a little trifecta of ridiculous Nintendo Entertainment System products that just totally didn't do what they were supposed to do. So this is a headset. It's not the VR headset that I was thinking of earlier. I never heard of this one either, so I don't know. Let's take a look. This one's from Konami, and it came out, I think, a year after the other two.
Imagine a time when you'll control your world with the sound of your voice.
TV.
Hey, I can imagine that now.
All you do is say it,
Video game.
and it happens.
LaserScope.
Introducing LaserScope from Konami for NES Zapper games.
What?
Just scope your target, then give the command.
Fire,
With
fire,
the power
fire,
in
fire.
your voice and a fire in
boy.
your eye, you can live the future of
fire.
video adventures. Start
boy.
living it now with
Fire.
LaserScope from Konami. More power than you ever imagined.
Dude. So, okay, yeah. So let's see. So this was designed for a particular game called Laser Invasion, I think. And all right, so what they basically did, so Nintendo came with the Zapper, I think. Well, I don't think. Nintendo came with the Zapper. It was like one of the first things, like it came, like when you got the Nintendo, at least mine, it came with 2 controllers, and it came with the Zapper, and then it came with Mario Brothers Duck Hunt. And that was what and obviously the console. And so what they did with this is actually The
Then
headset
give the for NES Zapper games.
is actually basically the Nintendo Zapper. So it's the gun that you would hold with your hand, but they built it into a headset instead, and then just put the target in the right place, but then they just turned it into a voice activated gun instead of a trigger gun. So you'd have to sit at home. Every time you wanted to shoot, you had to yell fire. But it didn't just cover you saying fire. Like, it was just to register any loud noise, apparently. So if you had your game loud, it would register that. Or if your mom yelled at you or something, and if you're yelling fire, 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 like 5,000 times all day, your mom's probably going to yell at you. And God, I feel like fire, 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 fire. My throat and my throat from yelling fire all the time, and my neck would just get destroyed from using this thing. But yeah, it didn't really work very well apparently, because again, it would just answer to any loud noise. So, oh man, but wouldn't it be cool, like you have your power glove on and you had the headset on and you're just swiping away on that, laser reading thing. Fire, 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 fire. You'd definitely be one of the top 3 coolest kids in your block, I'd say. So yeah, I mean, even if you were never going to use any of these things, it would just be cool to have them and run around and play Cyborg in your backyard. So yeah, these are 3 completely ridiculous failed products that did not work at all. But man, they were trying to sell you on that Nintendo back then. Oh my God. Yeah, I was about something like 8, 9 years old when these products came out. So they were this was for me and people my age. So anybody my age probably remembers at least some of this. Let me know in the comments if you heard of the U-Force or the LaserScope, because I honestly, the only one of those 3 I ever heard of and I actually had was the Power Glove. Listen, if you like these videos, you want to see more of them, like, subscribe, I'll leave my job, I'll keep making these videos. Okay? Deal? Deal? Get me out. Get me out. All right, later.